Do you guys remember how we used to do something called Epic Battles of RTA back in the day, where we would just take a look at some wacky RTA replays that happened that day or that week or whatever? This is before Violent was nerfed, so a lot of those videos were just units taking like 12 turns, like Diana just soloing an entire team because she just never stopped getting turns, or like Tableau before he was nerfed, and then also Violent was nerfed, and he was just like infinite turns, basically. Well, it hasn't been quite the same since Violent was nerfed, but today we're going to take a look at, it's like a little bit of like Epic Battles of RTA. We're going to take a look at a bunch of different RTA matches that are fun, or people taking weird stuff. So let's get it started. So this first guy, I have no idea what he's smoking, but is entirely too strong. First picks the Fire Nine-Tailed Fox SHIHWA. First pick, not first pick Art Master, just first pick. So that is a Despair Water Art Master. And Nine-Tailed Fox. So the Nine-Tailed Fox, if you don't know what the Nine-Tailed Fox does, she does multi-hits with skill 1 and skill 3. You just saw skill 2, which is a 2-turn sleep, and then gives an additional turn if she actually lands the sleep. She's cycling turns pretty nicely. And then she does a multi-hit. I assume she's built super tanky with additional damage and artifacts, and she's going to be doing a little bit of damage through the additional damage and the continuous damage on skill 1. So skill 1 is a multi-hit with continuous damage. Skill 2 is a sleep and then gets another turn. Skill 3 is a 5 hits, I believe, and a brand. So he's got a lot of multi-hits on all the, not all the units, but multi-hits on a few of the units on their team. The Diana, the SHIHWA, and the Art Master, Shungpung. So gets another sleep. Lots and lots of sleeps. I don't think that their opponent was expecting to face a Fire Nine-Tailed Fox today. And I think that maybe it threw them. There was a lot of control with just her turn cycling sleep, turn cycling sleep, turn cycling sleep. Did more damage than they expected with the additional damage. And also that control was pretty nice. Pretty wacky, pretty nice. Next match, I'm going to go out on a limb and say the guy on the left-hand side gets a total of maybe 1 turn the entire match. There is a whole lot of CC on that team. There's a lot of stuns. There's a lot of decreased attack age. There's trapping. Things going to scroll. So let's see how many stuns he actually... Well, he's definitely getting stuns and freezes of some kind. But let's see how many turns. That doesn't count as a turn. That doesn't count as a turn. Okay, so he's got the CC going on. He didn't quite strip everything the first time. Resists... decrease attack age, and then he's got the moon drawn by clouds. He's going to do a rain of stones. Actually, Juno's going to get a turn regardless. Just kidding. Just kidding. Juno doesn't get a turn. So Lulu gets 1 turn. So that's a total of 1 turn the entire match. Let's see if anyone else gets a turn, or if Tyrant. No, Tyrant does not Violent proc. That doesn't count as a turn. That's a counter. That's a counter attack built in with his passive. 2 turns! 3 turns! Oh my god. Well, this is a garbage match then. We don't even need to see 3 turns. We don't need to see 4 turns! You let him get 4. Chaotic FD. Chaotic FD actually used to be a streamer. Let him get 4 turns, Chaotic. I can't even believe you. I thought I knew you. 4 turns. You let your opponent get 4 whole turns throughout the entire match. That's really disappointing. Maybe he'll get a 5th turn. I don't even know. Oh my goodness. 4 whole turns. Wow. Very lenient. He's dropping the ball nowadays. This next player is one of my favorite players. He usually uses all dark teams. Used the dark jack-o'-lantern. He was the one that used the dark shark for special league. As you can see, all dark teams. Today he's using the fire on Miyuji. So fire on Miyuji has a speed lead and also will increase the duration of the harmful effects on the enemy and absorb attack age after that. So that beta was looking like it was on Swift. He's got a stun on everyone. He gets a silence. They unfortunately cut, so they take some of the duration of, and they take the stuns off as well. So he's got the 3rd skill, increase the duration of the silences. Very nice. And then he's got the immunity and the crit resist. He's going to do some continuous neverminds. The best debuff, guys. Continuous neverminds. And then he should have, I think he's got, I'm trying to remember the, I have it on one account, but I'm trying to remember the duration of the skill cooldowns. So he's got, so still silences. Giant net though, so he's gonna sleep 2 of the units there. Does he have? He doesn't have it. He doesn't. Oh, that's on Despair. Okay, that does not normally stun. That's on Despair. That usually just strips. So now he's got a lot of CC. This is gonna be very, very nasty. And it's not the wind one. So the wind one actually, I hate to say it, it wouldn't be that bad here. because the wind one will increase the attack gauge when the enemy uses skills with cooldowns. Gets the burning soul, actually enough damage, luckily enough to kill this. But, okay, so we saw a little bit of the fire on Ryuji at the beginning, but really not too much after that. But he used it in a couple other matches. Let's see if we can find some more matches before the video is done. This next match is fairly cut and dry, fairly straightforward. I mean, aside from the Dark Onimusha, until you get to the last pick, which is a Trevor. Trevor has kind of been making a little bit of a comeback. A few people have been picking Trevor here or there. I don't think too many people have picked up on the fact that Trevor has been kind of making a comeback. He was a thing in some of the first seasons of RTA, like seasons maybe 1, 2, maybe 1, 2, 3 of RTA, but then he kind of stopped being relevant because then there's like the CC meta and everything. But Trevor is a decent bruiser. The less HP he has, the less damage he takes, and the more damage he does on the enemy. So it's looking like that is speed tuned for him to go right before the Molong as a 1-2 combo, right? 1-2 bruiser combo. Does a little decrease attack gauge, decrease attack gauge, increase cooltime on the Lulu. Lulu's going to go down, so it's going to be 3v2 in a second. Trevor also does a crit buff and attack power buff. Crit buff is on skill 2, attack power buff is on skill, just like Ryan. Just like Ryan. But now he's going to do, since he's got low HP, he's going to do a lot more damage. And he's going to also take less damage as well. So he's got a bomb on him, but she did not have the detonate. It is just Trevor against the world, and he's got a bomb. And he one-shots Ciara and then Xiongpung. Just one-shots. Very nice. And this is kind of why Trevor's been making a comeback. Artifacts definitely make him stronger. He does more damage the less HP he has, and he takes less damage the less HP he has. And there's also artifacts that, since the artifacts have come out, not too many people put 2 and 2 together, that these artifacts could be really good on Trevor, where you take less damage when you have less HP, you do more damage when you have less HP. That just makes Trevor even stronger than ever, but not too many people have been really picking up on it, so people sneak Trevor in here or there, and he does crazy stuff like that. So I know you guys want to check in on this SHIHWA and see what SHIHWA's got going on. See what SHIHWA's got going on nowadays. Kind of a tongue twister. Bans out the Diana, bans out the Nephthys. So the Nephthys is an irresistible defense break, and the silence and a few other debuffs as well. Goes for Leo gets turn. So Leo's actually going to limit the Poseidon's damage because Poseidon does damage based on speed. Leo limits the speed. You guys know Leo limits the speed. So here we'll see how much damage this actually does. Not a whole lot of damage. Not a whole lot of damage. Gets the 2-turn sleep on the Chiwu. I'm sure that wasn't his optimal choice of getting the Chiwu specifically. He was just like, you know what, I'll get whoever I can get. So 2 continuous damage. Additional turn 2. 3 continuous damage at this point on the Vertiheal, which is going to kill the Vertiheal as soon as he gets a turn. And then at this point, if he can take this Poseidon, he had a glancing hit. If he could take the Poseidon down, he basically, that's GG. I mean, he has sustain on his team. The opponent does not have sustain. They just have a fast control team, which is speed limited, right? So there we go. Some more heals, some more attack gauge increase, and then we just have the nothing. We have brands, and then we have the additional damage based on the additional damage in the artifact is going to do a lot of damage there. I feel like that's really where his damage is coming from, and then the rest of the unit is just tanky. SHIHWA is just the interesting thing of the day. So going up against some LD4s, LD5s, brings in a SHIHWA and a Kaki. So we see one of these teams looks a little bit more expensive than the other one. Does that mean that one of these teams is better than the other one, or does SHIHWA reign supreme? Let's find out. It's kind of a nasty, annoying team on the right-hand side. But it's interesting that two 4-stars, pretty easy units to get. And, of course, a Molong Diana. Molong strips nothing. But they went for just the 2-shot into the Light Druid to take him out as soon as possible. So this Molly passive could actually be kind of annoying for Diana. Because Diana needs to crit to cycle her attack gauge. Diana's just like, no, don't worry about it. I'm just going to get a million additional turns. And also on Nemesis, the Molly's on Nemesis, so this could be a little bit of annoying for Diana to deal with, right? So goes for some, and he's threatened by the Kaki because Kaki is the one that can take down Kinky. So it really doesn't matter if, because see right there the Diana did not get all the crits, but it didn't really matter because they had very low attack gauge anyway, so it was kind of irrelevant. Diana, even if she missed a couple crits, she was still gonna get another turn before they moved, and before like anything could be like she could be left vulnerable in human form. So we saw a little bit of the Ninetail Fox, but yeah, there's just a nice way to counter. Like this is just experience. This is just this person on the left hand side that we were watching with the Ninetail Fox is experienced enough to deal with one of the more meta annoying comps that they're going up against, and they're like, okay, well, I'm just going to deal with the Kinky by taking Kaki, by taking SHIHWA and additional damage, by taking Molong. Molong is a big thing to counter Kinky and some of the other OP units nowadays. That's why Molong is more meta. I think some of you guys maybe missed the fact that Molong is meta again, and are like, no, Molong's not meta. Like, no, Molong is meta again. That's why we're seeing him. We've been seeing him. If you guys have been paying attention to the RTA videos, we've been seeing Molong a lot more lately. Molong, Lulu, more Molong, more Lulu. Diana's becoming more meta again. Wind Monkey gets picked every so often. Fire Bison / Slayer is also super meta as well in like Bruiser comps. So this next one I think you guys are going to enjoy, because Britwan's team has 3 units that are generally considered very low in RTA tier lists. Tiana, Alicia, and Inugami are generally considered not very good RTA units. However, also no will runes, which is considered not very good for RTA. Comes in with no will runes, units that are low on the tier list. Nephthys is great in the tier list. Bastard is generally considered pretty decent in tier list. Not super high, not super low either. But yeah, 2 of these units that actually got through the pick ban phase are generally considered low in tier lists, and one that got banned, considered low in a tier list as well, still came through, still cleaved. They had 2 speed leads, they had 2 swift units, and they had some big damage. Either way, the Gianna was not an issue, since they also did not have will runes, which is generally considered a no-no in RTA. So they basically just went completely against the grain. They're like, things that are low on the tier list, I don't care, I'm using it. No will runes, I don't care, I'm still gonna do it. And they did just fine, cleaved, easy win. And I think that's what most people would, not everyone, some people just want to win and want the most efficient team no matter what, but I think a lot of people just want fast wins. If they lose, at least they want to get it over with fast. If they win, they don't want to draw out their wins or losses for like 30 minutes. Some people do. Some people do. Everyone's playstyle is different. Some people want the most effective team. Other people are like, I just want to do my RTA. I just want to win or lose. I would want to cleave and do my thing. But anyway, I thought you guys would appreciate that, because it's kind of going against the grain of what you would traditionally expect from a good RTA team. This next match is the result of when you pull a shiny LD5 and you just want to find a comp to be able to use it with, and then it gets banned, and then it gets banned. So double Inugami comp, that's gotta be super fast Inugamis. Anytime they team up with anything, including the banned Light Oracle, it's going to increase the attack gauge, right? Vertiheal increase the attack gauge of everything. CR increase the attack. The oracles just increase the attack gauge every time they crit. Those got to be high crit rate oracles. Increase attack gauge by 45%. So there was just a lot of attack gauge increase, attack gauge increase, attack gauge increase. CR is going to go down in 5 seconds. How is he going to come back from this? Most of his team, his 3/4 of his team at this point is stunned. Not quite killed. He gets increased attack gauge. That's how he's going to come back from this. So he's going for that. He didn't go for killing the Ciara. Okay. So he's going to go for killing that demon next with the Fire Inugami. That's what he was going to go for, because then it gives Fire Inugami more access to his team up second skill. Very smart. I mean, obviously this guy is better at using the comp than I am, because I don't use this comp. Ciara's down. He's going to keep increasing attack gauge. He went for the Lulu because he wanted to kill with the Inugami. Gets an additional turn. Demon comes back from the dead, but it doesn't matter because Inugami gets an instant additional turn. He could just easily kill him right after. That's actually pretty smart. I got to give him credit. That's actually a pretty smart strategy, and he chose his targets very clever. You know what they say, when in Rome, do as the Romans do and eat spaghetti or something like that. I don't know. And of course the Lima gets banned, because anytime you bring any LD5 into the comp, the LD5 gets banned. Ask Sean B. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. He's like, yeah, anytime the LD5 gets banned. But that's the beauty of it, is you just get the other 4 units in your team through the comp. So there we go. Get some scratches onto the Juno. Get some scratches off of the Juno. Let's hope that he gets some. Oh, he's not going to get some additional turns. He's not going to get. Well, I mean, maybe the Vertiheal, but yeah. Trying to go for as much damage on that Molong as possible. Molong is going to Reckless, and he's gonna kill Ciara. So there's still a lot of turn cycling there. There's still a lot of team-ups, a lot of turn cycling, more turn cycling, more team-ups. Oh my god, he's Tricaroing his opponent here. Okay, gets some scratches, gets another team-up. And that's GG at that point. He didn't kill the Inugami, so it's just like infinite team-ups basically. Against this, he basically Tricaroed his opponent. This comp on the right-hand side is very interesting. This guy is using 2 units you usually don't see every day. He's using the Wind Slayer, Wind Bison, same thing, and he's using the Water Chimera. 2 units you usually don't see too much of in RTA. The Wind Slayer slash Wind Bison, whatever, is kind of a mix between Oki and Gani. He will, with his skill 3, he will strip, reset, and then push back the attack gauge on the enemy team. Then he comes in with a crush and gets resisted. Well, he didn't have his skills anyway, right? So he comes in with an AoE defense break, big damage on top of that. How much does he? Well, he increases the attack gauge with the Abelio, but he does get a provoke on there, which is nice. And then he's going to do some big damage with these units that do damage based on speed. So he's got the Chimera does damage based on speed. The Savannah does damage based on speed, and that's GG. And it's kind of fun to win with some units that you generally don't see used too much. And the comp made sense. He had 3 different strips, and then he had he's 3 strips, 2 resets, and a lot of control after that. Last match of the day, I know you want to see some more Tricaru RTA. So we're going to see some more Tricaru. Well, it's not Tricaru. It's like 2 Inugamis. One of them is Inakaru. The other one is the fire one. So bans out the Tianlang. The Tianlang was a massive counter to that entire comp to 3 units. That's why Tianlang's so dangerous. He just counters 3 units in their comp. Just directly. Just by him existing on the battlefield, right? So just going for... They didn't want to take any revenges from that Kinky. Didn't want to take any Kinky revenges. Okay, now goes for... So, never mind there. Or I guess he just wanted to go for the some damage into the Ganymede. So, goes for some hits into the Ganymede. Gets the decrease cooldowns, reset cooldowns. You know what I meant. You know what I meant for the Lulu. And then he's just going to go for more turn cycling, more turn cycling, more turn cycling. And then the Dragon's eventually going to get a turn, but it's, I mean, not the Dragon, right? This is not Dragons V12. This is RTA. Right. I remember now. So he chose to not go for the Ganymede because he wanted to kill with the Inugami. There we go. And then GG. So Ciara, Fire Mage, Molong, Kaki, all things that counter the all things that counter Kinky, the Light Onimusha. I want to keep mentioning to you guys because you're like, he's so OP. Like, as long as you're already picking units, and Ciara and Molong already counter that. A lot of people picking Molong nowadays as well. I already mentioned that earlier in the video. But anyway, that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Just wanted to show just the smorgasbord of different interesting RTA things for the day. But anyway, that's it for this one. See you guys always in the next one.